The Bert Show.
Time to get buzzed on the hot goss from Hollywood with Abby. It's the Bert Show's Entertainment Buzz.
Disney is canceling one of their most popular characters, allegedly, because apparently Tinkerbell is pushing unrealistic body standards and an attitude problem. Apparently she's got an attitude issue that Disney doesn't want to show is okay because she's looking for attention from Peter Pan. She's very vain. She can't survive without attention. And Disney says, we need a revamp on this girl. So apparently they're getting rid of all of the meet and greets for Tinkerbell, and they need to find a way to be able to renovate this character. And so last week we talked about how we think maybe some other Disney characters should possibly be able to get canceled as well. And so I've compiled a list of some characters I think might be the next characters to get the axe from Disney.
One stood out more than any other to me. The first one that came to my mind was Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, because she's too voluptuous?
Overly sexualized, for 2024, overly sexualized, getting everything for her sexuality, and she's married at the same time.
Hey, she's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
It's not her fault. It's the animator's problem.
Exactly.
See, you went in a completely serious direction. I came up with a list of 5 characters that I just wanted to cancel for stupid reasons.
Okay. Can I tell you which ones I picked for you?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to cancel Chip and Dale, and here's why.
Why? I love them.
Because they're walking around naked all the time, and they're obsessed with nuts.
Okay.
I got a couple friends that do that.
That's funny because I was going to cancel a couple of characters for the same reason, like Donald Duck, Winnie the Pooh, walking around with no pants.
Right.
But then there will be some scenes where they'll put like a towel around their waist. So I'm like, so in some scenes you got a little Willy Winky bopping around, but in others you don't. Like, what's going on?
It makes no sense.
I also want to cancel Cinderella's mice because they're wearing tiny clothes and hats. It's basically animal cruelty.
Okay.
But also, they can sew and they do household chores. So I feel like that's setting unrealistic expectations for household pets.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I feel like that's not fair to other pets.
It's not.
I came up with Snow White because I feel like, has anybody ever asked the dwarfs what they really want in life? Nobody's ever asked them.
Nobody. I also think we should, speaking of Snow White, we should cancel Dopey because I think his silence could be interpreted as a lack of having an opinion, which I don't think is a good example. I think kids need to be shown that they should express themselves, right?
I want to cancel Happy because we're done with toxic positivity.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Then I want to cancel the prince because he kisses Snow White without her consent.
Right.
Well, she's passed out.
Yeah, she's totally passed out. You're right.
We should also cancel Elsa because she's constantly creating ice and snow, which is an environmental hazard. The climate change is a thing, and she's not helping it at all. And my last one is Goofy because he's a dog that acts like a human, but then he also has a dog that acts like a dog. So it seems a little messed up to me. It'd be like me walking around with a human pet.
Sometimes he identifies as a dog, sometimes he identifies as a human. I'm going to let that one go.
No, in 2024, really, that is the right way to go about it.
Yep.
Okay, on to more serious news. Ben Affleck has been seen without a wedding ring amidst all these rumors that him and Jennifer Lopez have split. There's also a rumor going around that they're living in separate living arrangements because apparently they've got some serious marital troubles. But I have a feeling we're probably going to see an article come out where it's like, sometimes I just take off my wedding ring. Sometimes that just happens. It gets a little tight. My hands get swollen.
But I was welding on Saturday.
Yeah.
But it's like, the game. Like, you are an A-list celebrity who's hounded by paparazzi.
Yeah.
If you go outside without your wedding ring on, that is a choice, and you know what you are doing.
Yeah. If I was a celeb and I just didn't want any of that speculation, I just get it tattooed on my ring finger. Because sometimes you just don't want to wear a ring. Yeah. Sometimes you want to go out in public and you don't want to have that thing basically cutting off your circulation if your hands are getting a little puffy.
And if you're going through problems, like let's say they've hit some kind of wall, some tension, you don't take your ring off when you're going through that tension.
Well, some people do it for dramatics. Like, I'm taking this ring off. I mean, I wouldn't now because I'm not married. But I can imagine, like, for dramatic's sake, you would want to take it off, slam it on the table, and be like, I mean business.
If we're going through a tough time and you take your ring off,
it's over.
Like, in the time you should come together the most is in your darkest hours. So it's like, if anything, that thing needs to be on so tight and so hard to prove that you're going to be in this, to win this, to get through this. taking it off. Oof,
They're living at different places now, though, right?
They're living in different places, allegedly, which I also think probably speaks more than just the ring thing. Because the ring thing, okay, you can take it on or take it off, put it back on. But if you're living in separate living arrangements, I mean, I know they're celebs and they can afford to have multiple places. But if you need more than a couple of miles between you and your significant other, that kind of tells me everything I need to know. All right, this actress says she regrets letting Britney Spears do this one thing when she was up and coming. I'll tell you what Melissa Joan Hart is remorseful for on your next eBuzz on The Bert Show.
The Bert Show.